Troy and AJ are in the house. This is World War G on CosmicPotatoNetwork.com.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
I am Iron Man. That's a big point.
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
You are a toy!
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Why so serious?
The city's flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
And welcome to World War G episode 292. I'm Troy.
Troy is literally one of a kind. He's a goblin or a hobbit or a kobold, which is a type of gremlin.
I'm AJ.
AJ, what kind of name is AJ? What, do you race cars?
Season's Eatings.
Hog the eggnog, don't share a drop. Slam on the turkey breast, get it while it's hot. Don't be rude, close your mouth till it's true. Season's Eatings to my people, enjoy your food. Hog the eggnog, don't share a drop. Slam on the turkey breast, get it.
It's that time. Everybody's favorite time.
I didn't even want to explain. I just want to get into it.
Yeah.
At this point, if you don't know what it is,
You should know.
you should know. Oh boy.
No, with Troy, I'm not sure. What are you pouring? This looks like liquid Grinch.
It is mint vanilla. Hang on, let me get the actual thing here. Okay. This is limited edition True Moo mint vanilla naturally flavored 1% milk.
All right.
Now, we don't just have the milk, because what's the best thing to go with milk?
Cookies.
Cookies. So I turn to our old friend, our old standby,
Tried and true.
That's what I was thinking. Tried and true, the Oreo. And they came out again, limited edition Gingerbread Oreo.
2 limited edition items.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Gingerbread flavored cookies. Now, is there a special way to open this?
Usually on the front, the top, pull it back so that you can do a line or two.
Right.
Like most people do when you say, like, I'm going to do a line, they're thinking Coke or something, but no, it's Oreos. That's a true line.
I can't get the thing. Oh well. We'll just do it the heathen way.
Use your teeth and everything?
They smell good.
I mean, they're Oreos. Can they really?
They're gingerbread.
Yeah.
So I got the ginger. It came in how many is it? 5 festive designs.
Okay. I've got a Christmas tree and Oreo on the other side.
I have just a gingerbread house.
Now, you and I both love ginger snaps.
We do.
Yeah. Man.
It smells like gingerbread.
Yeah.
Looks like gingerbread.
But does it taste like gingerbread?
Let's find out.
Dang.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
Tastes like gingerbread.
Oh, man.
If I didn't know I was eating an Oreo, I wouldn't know.
No. I would honestly feel like it's like an Oreo version of a oatmeal pie.
Right.
Right? It's got the cream in the middle, the ginger snap bite to it.
Yeah, if I was blindfolded and they handed me that and said, hey, what is this? I would just say, some sort of gingerbread cookie.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't think it was an Oreo.
I might get that it's an Oreo if I were to put it in my mouth because, you know, it's got the cream in the middle and circular cookie with the little pebbled edge.
Yes, that's true. It has stuff in the cream. Do you notice that?
I did not. I was too busy eating it.
Looks like little sprinkles or something. Well, surprise, surprise. Those are good.
There are sprinkles. But I'm not getting like a flavor from them though. They could throw those same sprinkles in a chocolate mint peppermint one, right? For Christmas as well, and it'd work well.
They probably do.
Right? Okay.
Okay.
Let's get over this True Moo here.
First, you want to give us give a rating for the Oreo?
Man, I thoroughly enjoyed those. I'm probably at about a 9. That? Yeah.
I'm in a 9 too.
Right? It's hard not to. Any
18.
gripes with it? Why you wouldn't give it a 10?
It's
You're
just
reserving that for like it.
It's just a little too sweet.
Okay.
There at the end.
Yeah.
It's gonna stick with you for a while, but that's as much as a compliment as it is a complaint. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
18. Wow. That ties for first place.
Really? Oh wow. Okay.
With Count Chocula.
Yeah.
If something that's gonna have to dethrone Count Chocula is gonna have to be a perfect 20.
Right. That's the only way.
It's the only way. Or 19.
True.
All right. This True Moo. Was it mint vanilla?
Yes.
I don't know. It's
all of a sudden like we just like tens
yeah.
across the board.
Who knew?
Well, it's not bad.
It's not good. It's not bad.
It reminds me of like as if they mixed milk with that Christmas ice cream. One that's got the candy canes in it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Me, it tastes more like it makes milk with toothpaste.
That too. Some Colgate.
I mean, I drank it all because of the cookie, but
right.
It's
now I'm gonna dip the limited edition cookie.
Oh, you're gonna combine,
limited edition. Yeah, this is gonna be a 10 for
Careful
sure.
the universe doesn't implode. I will not be doing that because of my reasons.
If anything, it heightens the cookie. No, it doesn't.
Just okay.
That's okay.
Okay. So, the mint vanilla milk.
I appreciate that it's 1% because I'll drink like skim or 0%. But my family, as a compromise, they used to get 1%. My mom, she gets like she'll drive up to Morgan to get like whole milk. Yeah.
They have whole milk in the grocery stores.
Yeah, but like this is...
Is it like fresh from the teat?
It's right from it. Yeah, you just like, you fill up your jug. Yeah. I don't even know if it's pasteurized.
Fill up the jug from the cow's jug.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there was actually... Okay, so my former scout leader... he one time walked into the middle of like all these Relief Society women were doing... Well, if you're not familiar, okay, it's a group...
It's an auxiliary group within the Mormon Church consisting of all women.
Yes. Booyah. Well
there
said.
You go. Thank you.
Okay, so the scout leader walked into this group of women, and he was... Because we were getting ready to go to a... on a couple of day like trip, and he needed some... of those large like containers for like holding water and whatnot. Yeah. But he just went in there to my mom and he's just like, "Hey Cheryl, like, do you know who has the big jugs?" Yeah, and there's a bunch of these women that just like turn around and just started laughing. I've never seen him go like quite so, like it was Red Hulk levels of redness.
Which one of you has the big jugs?
Yeah.
I'm looking for somebody with the big jugs.
Yeah. They started laughing and he's
Cheryl?
like, huh? Oh,
you got the big jugs, don't you?
I just drank milk, Troy.
Sorry.
My stomach's hurting now.
Sorry.
No, but I would have to give this milk a 4, maybe a 5.
I was at a 5.
Okay. Kind of like, it's not bad, it's not good, it's kind of like right there, smack dab in the middle.
So you 4 or 5?
4 it is.
So 9. Okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a totally average situation you got going there. People might be put off by it by the electric green that it is.
Yeah.
But
I'll be curious to know what my, stool looks like.
I think you'd have to drink a bunch of it.
Yeah, that's true. Just chug the whole thing. Do the gallon challenge with that kind of a milk. It really does look like the color of the Grinch.
Yeah. Liquid sugar contains less than 1% natural flavors. Turmeric color.
Okay.
That's what it... Blue 1, vitamin A, whatever. Turmeric color. Huh.
I never know whether it's turmeric or turmeric or whatever. Turmeric.
Alright. My breath feels a little fresher.
It does.
After drinking that.
Like, almost as if you just, brushed your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's move on to This Week in Geek.
This weekend.
Geek.
Starting with you.
So, Sylvester Stallone has never been one to shy away from making sequels.
No.
Not at all. With Rocky Balboa, he'll probably be doing, Escape Plan and other movies. Rambo, well into his 70s.
Yeah, I'm going to say he currently revels in doing sequels of his big franchises.
Yeah. It is reported that Expendables 4 is in the works, so there's that. He's also talked about possibly doing a Tango and Cash or a Cliffhanger sequel, but it has been confirmed. It was announced that Demolition Man 2 was officially in the works, and he's got himself his co-star, Wesley Snipes, says that he's all for this. He's on board. So,
well, it's not like Wesley's doing much of anything else.
I feel like if you were, right. Well, no, he is going to possibly be doing another Blade movie, right?
Maybe.
Or they're getting somebody else, younger, more agile.
I think they're getting another person for Blade.
Okay.
I think.
He could be like a mentor. I mean, vampires never die, right?
Right.
So he could be doing it forever if he wanted to as well. This one is still very much so an action movie, and I feel like that he's not going to be able to perform a lot of these stunts.
Yeah. He can still do the close-up stuff.
Yeah. And speaking for the most part.
For the most part.
I just speak good. I just be really good.
Line. It's your turn.
I'm gonna do nothing to do with Assassins 2. And then I'm gonna do...
Do you remember this movie at all? I did go back and watch it again where he was frozen.
Demolition Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that very well.
I feel like they need to set it in today's universe, and I also like the idea that, do they make it more futuristic than what it already was? What we're
going to do is we're going to make it further in the future. We're going to make it the year 3022.
Can you imagine being in the writing room with him? Trying to...
I got listen, this is what we're going to do. We got to make it and we're going to do it.
Yeah, that was a really good, that was a really good point, Mr. Stallone. Yeah, we will...
And then we go, and over here, and it's blood. Yeah?
Got it. Yep.
You just wait for when he goes, and you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was a question mark or the end of a sentence. I don't know.
Demolition Man, yeah? Hey, Copland? Copland 2, right?
Oh, man.
Get Carter, right? Get Carter 2. That's what I'm going to do.
What, is this just the way he is, his accent, or too many hits to the head?
Well, because even in the first Rocky, that's just how he talked.
Yeah,
it's like he has a jaw made of concrete. You know?
Yeah. When you do like his impression, you do have to kind of like stiffen up the your
Hey,
chin.
you.
Yeah.
You don't touch him, but you make him out really small. Put on his side.
You know it's gonna be sad because we've already lost Sean Connery. It's gonna be really sad when we lose Sylvester Stallone.
I know, I've already lost one impression that I do.
Yeah. Now it just seems sacrilegious to do it,
Yeah. I'm okay, fine. I wouldn't do it. I hope you don't see his dick again.
Yeah.
Because you do in the first one, in that
Where
frozen
he's
block of
laying
ice.
down. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Sylvester Stallone. Just saying. Okay. So I don't do much, or we don't do much comic book news. Unfortunately, but
Well, I mean, we get what we take, The nerd world giveth, and the nerd world taketh away.
So, I wanted to do this story. Next year, DC is going to come out with a run of comics called Future State. So remember back in the day when Marvel did the House of M series?
Yes.
You remember that?
I do.
Basically, that's kind of what they're doing here. It's kind of an alternate future, essentially. And the Superman title is going to be Superman House of L.
Okay.
And there's going to be somebody who literally takes up the reins as Superman. Rowan Kent will be the next Superman of Earth in a timeline that's centuries in the future. In the upcoming comic, the bloodline of Superman continues as a new group of Kryptonian heroes will band together. The preview also teases the debut of Rowan and Ronan Kent, who are descendants of Jonathan Kent.
Jonathan Kent would be
Superman's Earth father.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. While Rowan will become the new Blue Lantern, her brother Ronan is set to become the new Superman of Earth. The group will be led by an older Kal-El.
We've kind of got this. Okay, so it's kind of similar to like what Batman has done, right? Where he's got this group of crime fighters now, but they're kind of keeping it more in the family.
Right. Like, kind of a, almost like a Batman Beyond type of thing.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Which actually, spoilers, was also kept in the family.
So now when they say Superman's bloodline, are they talking about, him and Lois Lane hooking up and having kids? Or are they talking about, like, more kids fallen from...
well, I don't know.
Kryptonian,
I think it's people from Kryptonian, Superman's homeworld. Krypton,
there we go.
If there's any more proof that podcast brain is a thing, I could not remember Superman's homeworld. I could not remember.
That'd be like me, like blanking on, like, that one city that Batman protects.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, what the hell?
Podcast brain is a real thing. So yeah, that's what it seems like. Which is funny because Krypton gets destroyed, and yet there's like all these Kryptonians that keep popping up all the time.
Yeah. How many kids like were sent off before it exploded?
Apparently,
I'm sure that,
hundreds.
Like, it wasn't just his parents that had that idea, right? To shoot off these things.
I wouldn't think.
But does that mean that they're shooting them off to other planets as well that are similar to like Earth?
I don't know.
And it just so happened that Superman hit here?
Usually when they show up, they're usually from like another parallel dimension or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or they're from some Kryptonian city that was lost. Or some futuristic Kryptonian city or some centuries past Kryptonians. I don't know.
It's all over the place.
It's weird. Yeah, so, I don't remember what I was going to say.
Will you be reading this now that you're back into comics?
Probably.
Question mark?
I'll probably check it out. Yeah, I'll probably be reading it.
Whenever you want to throw a question mark on the end of your sentences, just do that from now on.
It's like Sylvester Stallone's version of Tim Allen's noise that he does.
It does, yeah. Some Tim the Toolman Taylor. So, Buzz Aldrin's first ever space selfie is going to be up for sale, says the Smithsonian magazine. Smithsonian.
There you go.
Blah, blah, and then me. It's going to be up on sale, and reportedly, it's going to be set at $10,000, and or like it could potentially go for as much as $10,000. Yeah, there's cool selfies, but there's none that are cooler than a space selfie. The first one on the moon. Or like, I guess, okay, so his selfie, he has taken a picture of himself, and then it's got the Earth behind him.
Yeah, I think he's in... I don't think he's on... I think he's in the capsule.
Right.
But this is kind of cool because he's literally the only person that has gotten a selfie with everybody.
Yeah.
The whole planet.
That's a good point.
Even though when you see it, it's just kind of the top hemisphere, but still.
And even though we know that the moon landing was faked, but still.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, let's open that can of worms again, shall we?
I'm ready anytime you want to have that conversation, Troy.
Yes, and ghosts are real too. Let's talk about that too.
Oh, man. See...
And the election was rigged.
In any time... Okay, I don't believe that one.
Oh, no, that one you don't believe.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. The moon landing being fake, that happened.
See, okay. Now, there are certain topics in any type of relationship here, and this is like our podcasting relationship. Those are like certain topics that we don't bring up. You know, we don't bring up Deadpool, we don't bring up ghosts, and we don't bring up the moon landing being faked. Those are kind of like sensitive subjects.
They are trigger topics.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to get like some sort of a reaction from either one of us, you know, go ahead and bring those up.
They should have a job that's podcast counselor.
Ooh.
For podcast hosts that spend a lot of time together.
You're just like, I hate you! I'll never work again in this town.
The moon landing was real!
But that is a pretty impressive selfie.
It is.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. I was trying to think of any other selfies that are kind of on par with that. And perhaps like a presidential one? You know, where you have like two... figures meeting for the first time. And I guess it wouldn't be really a selfie so much as, I mean, they might, but it's more of like somebody takes the photo of it. Unless like...
There's actually a picture, because I've actually done some deep diving on old photographs.
Yeah.
Because I find them kind of fascinating. One of the first ever recorded selfie was way back in like 1890 something, like when camera and photography was first invented.
When you
like
it didn't flash, boom.
Yeah, like it didn't take that long for somebody to turn that camera around and say, "I'm going to take a picture of myself."
Yeah,
because we're
you
people,
self-absorbed people.
We're conceited.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've been taking selfies as long as cameras have been around. But I think for stuff to be really expensive or worth a lot like that, it's got to be something historic, like you were saying. Like I know
the last selfie that was taken of the two towers.
Yeah,
right. Something like on par with that, maybe.
Or if there's a picture of if you're taking a picture yourself with the plane hitting the tower in the back, like just in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That selfie would probably go for a lot of money.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, pictures of really old presidents, old figures in history that didn't take a lot of pictures.
There's only like one or two documented photos of them.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's just paintings.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be well documented, people.
Oh, yes. I mean, there's way too many pictures of all of us now.
Yeah.
Didn't we read a fact once that we take more selfies in a day, or more pictures in a day, than all of human history since the camera was invented?
Really?
Yeah.
Like every single day, then it tops the last day?
I think like photography was invented, and then if you take the total of every picture that's been taken since then to a total of pictures that are taken now with the, advent of smartphones and stuff, we take more pictures per day than all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Ugh, crazy.
Because we're a image-obsessed, conceited culture.
Yeah.
But
in other news,
another thing we don't talk about a whole lot is action figures. We do Troy's Toys segment occasionally, but we don't talk about action figures or the toy business in general. One of my favorite action figure lines right now is Marvel Legends. Been going on for quite some time. I have quite a few of them. And Hasbro has unveiled that its next legend is going to be a Build-A-Figure of Stiltman. Now, there's a lot to unpack there. If you don't know what a Build-A-Figure wave is, it's pretty self-explanatory. Each figure in the wave has a piece of another figure.
Right.
And you have to buy all the figures, and then you get this whole new figure. And that was going to be Stiltman. Stiltman's ridiculous, by the way. Go look him up. It's literally what you think. It's a guy with very, very long legs.
Yeah. So it's going to require quite a few pieces.
Yeah.
You only get like from the knee to the, shin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's usually, you'll get, in one figure, you'll get the torso. Another one, you get the head. Another arm, and then a leg and a leg. Right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 figures. Mm-hmm. I kind of did the cross there. Do you notice that?
Yeah. Crossing yourself.
But this wave, actually, you may want to get them all because it's going to include Peter B. Parker from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, or Spider-Gwen, and Prowler, all from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Along with Frogman and Red Hand Ninja.
They just threw those in there because they needed the head and the torso?
I might want to get Frogman. I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah. Just to have kind of the weird figure of the bunch, The
obscure one. The one that's going to be probably the rarest of the bunch.
Or the one that maybe nobody wants.
Okay. You're like, I feel your pain, Frogman.
It's you and me, Frogman, against the world.
So, last week we talked about Alex Trebek passing away.
Yes.
And there is already buzz circulating on who the next, whether they're just going to let it sit for a while, but there's already buzz going around on who they would like next to be the next host. And there's a petition, because I know how much we love petitions here. Mm-hmm. There's a petition going around that's calling for LeVar Burton to be the next host.
Great.
And I'm totally for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
As of right now, it's got like roughly 8,656. They're hoping to get at least 10,000, so it has some validity and some traction. Mm-hmm. But LeVar Burton could potentially be the next host after they kind of revamp and retool and reorganize things. And I'm totally fine with this. That's a good choice.
Absolutely. I think it's a great choice.
We already know that he's really book smart.
Yes.
So it only, and he is a very intelligent guy. So it only makes sense that he would be like asking these kind of questions. But it would be pretty legit if he's asking questions about in reading Rainbow on this episode or something, right? Throwing a couple of book questions that he's going to be passionate about.
Or on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah, right? Oh man, that would be way cool.
So I actually found a list of the top 7 people, most likely candidates, who will take over Jeopardy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Number 1, Ken Jennings, who is known as probably the greatest Jeopardy champion of all time. LeVar Burton. George Stephanopoulos. Alex Faust. Laura Coates. She's a legal analysis for CNN. Anderson Cooper.
Okay.
Tom Bergeron. And yeah, that's it.
Huh.
Any one of those would be fine. I would like to have LeVar Burton, personally.
Right.
Because you need somebody that people like.
Yeah.
Alex...
He's right up... LeVar Burton's right up there with, like, Mr. Rogers, right?
And Betty White and Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Everybody trusts LeVar Burton. Like, Alex Trebek carved out this reputation of being, the host you can trust, the
host that's not going to have scandals.
Yeah, the host with the most, Alex Trebek. And so you need somebody that can just step into those shoes quickly, and you don't have to worry about
their reputation,
rebuilding or
restructuring everything.
LeVar Burton.
Have you ever heard of anything bad about LeVar Burton?
No.
Right? No, I honestly, I can't think of anything. Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know how squeaky clean Alex was, though.
I don't remember hearing anything about Alex Trebek.
Behind the scenes with that was like other, I don't know, I kind of get them all like mixed with these game show hosts.
I heard a few things about Bob Barker.
Okay.
I've also heard a few things about Pat Sajak.
With some of like the assistants that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same.
Who else have I heard some negative things about?
As far as hosts go,
I've heard.
I've heard stuff about like late night show hosts as well.
Well, yeah,
but like we're talking just
they all
strictly
have skeletons in their closet.
But LeVar Burton, no skeletons whatsoever.
No,
he would be an excellent choice. Come to think of it, I can't think of anyone that would probably do better.
Yeah,
unless you get like a celebrity. Like, I'm saying, like, a Hollywood movie celebrity.
Right. I was going to say, like, LeVar Burton's a celebrity.
Yeah, hold up. He's done television. He's done TV shows.
He's done movies.
Yeah.
Okay. So, there's been this ridiculous thing that's been going on over the internet.
Now that The Mandalorian Season 2 is back?
Mm-hmm. People are mad at Baby Yoda. So here's the setup.
You hate Baby Yoda?
Well, here's the setup. So in episode 2, The Passenger, what happens is the Mandalorian goes back to Tatooine because he hears that there's another Mandalorian there. That was in episode 1. And as he's leaving Tatooine, he talks to the... I don't remember her name. It's the gal with the droids that fixes the ships. Anyway.
Yeah.
And he needs some information. And she said, I'll give you this information, but you have to do a favor for me. You have to take on this passenger and get her safely to her homeworld.
Yeah, nobody's going to do anything for free in this world, right?
Right, exactly. And it turns out to be this frog lady, speaking of frogs, who has all these unfertilized eggs in this container that she's carrying around. So, over the course of the show, Baby Yoda eats about 5 of them. Just opens the thing and just sucks them up.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying, don't do that. Stop doing that. No, that's bad. And so people are upset. Because
see, and here they thought that he was just doing it for, like, comic effect, kind of like just joking around.
Well, and here's the thing.
Well, in the episode, I'm sure that's what, what's his bucket? The director. Ruffalo? Or no,
Jon Favreau?
Jon Favreau, thank you. Jon Favreau was probably thinking, right? It'd just be kind of a funny little gimmicky thing.
Yeah. And people are very upset because in the storyline, the babies, the unfertilized eggs, are kind of the last of this species.
Yeah.
And so he's basically committing genocide. But here's the thing, people. One, it's a TV show.
Right.
2, Baby Yoda's a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, I'm pretty sure those eggs were CG. So, also, it's a TV show.
If you didn't catch that the first time around,
relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, okay, to put snark away for a second, Baby Yoda is an alien. Okay, yeah, he's cute and all, or she, we actually don't know. It's cute and all, but it's a creature. It's an alien. It needs to eat. It's clearly a carnivore from what we've seen.
Yes, absolutely.
So you're okay with it eating frogs that have already been hatched because it has.
Right.
But
and we've seen them, the
unfertilized eggs also, ooh, that's a problem.
That's where we draw the line.
Have you all ever eaten scrambled eggs?
Right.
Eggs, what do you think those are? Unfertilized
I was just about to say
eggs.
that, and okay, it's cool to eat chicken, but it's not cool to eat eggs.
Apparently not.
No, I don't know. That's where we draw the line.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
It's a TV show.
It's a TV show. Relax.
Don't start hating Baby Yoda. He needs all the love.
Yeah, let's not turn on him now. Okay, he's not Louis C.K. He's not Kevin Spacey, alright? It's just...
Can you imagine they make Baby Yoda do something on par with those guys? This is dirty, dirty scandal. What the hell?
Jon Favreau writing oh, you guys think you're so cute, huh? I'll show you.
Yeah. We got 5 seasons already guaranteed. I can do whatever I want. I can do no wrong.
Baby Yoda grabs the Mandalorian without his consent.
Oh man!
Then it becomes the trial of Baby Yoda.
Yes, he's put on trial, and
the people versus Baby Yoda, a Tatooine crime story.
And then they need Judge Judy on there.
No, it'd be Judge
Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, it could be Judge Jabba.
Yeah, Judge Jabba.
Yeah. That's him hitting his gavel if you didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
So, speaking of space, Thor 4, Chris Pratt's Starlord is going to be in a cameo. It has been confirmed that Chris Pratt's character Starlord is going to be there in Thor Love and Thunder. Which only makes sense because when we last saw Thor, he was with the Guardians, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. It really shouldn't come as too big of a surprise, but Chris Pratt was there on set, so that's why it's kind of caused some buzz around this, which only makes sense.
Yeah. I wonder if he'll just be a cameo or if he'll actually be in most of the film.
Yeah.
If it'll be some sort of buddy cop type movie.
Which would be awesome. Thor has his buddies, going and doing his thing, and then you've got the new Thor, her going around and doing her thing as well.
Right. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be cool.
They already have like really good chemistry.
They do. So. They have really good chemistry.
And Chris Hemsworth is all for just being funny, silly, goofy, doing whatever, you know.
Is he all for or all Thor?
All Thor doing this? Oh, good. Well played.
Thank you. Okay. Do you want me to just do this story?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do it then. That's how things get done around here.
Yeah.
So, in the "This is coming and nobody asked for it" file, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion release date and trailer has been revealed. To celebrate the show's 30th anniversary, the reunion brings together star Will Smith, alongside Tatiana Ali, Karen Parsons, Joseph Marcel, Daphne Reed, Alfonso Ribeiro, and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
I'm totally fine with this, and I think it's pretty cool. I would much rather honestly see a reboot.
That's coming.
And Will Smith's going to be Uncle Phil, basically?
No. He's going to be kind of executive producing it.
Oh.
They're making The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air kind of a drama.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's going to take on,
more serious topics.
Like the social issues of the day, like racism, stuff like that. Yeah.
And BLM in the mix.
Yep.
Okay.
At least that's the last thing I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be difficult because in these television shows, especially back in the 90s, we used to get television shows where they would hit a hard subject once a month or once a year.
It was a very special episode.
It was a very special episode indeed. They would even before and after they'd say hey, if you need to talk to somebody about suicide, hey, here's the hotline that you can.
You have Michelle Tanner out there. Hey, if your friend are doing drugs, you need to stop doing drugs.
Tell a cop.
Tell a
Knock
cop
on him.
or an adult
it's
or a
the
teacher.
cool thing to do.
Yeah. Then you have the whole cast saying at once, "Don't do drugs."
Yeah, but
they all go off and do a line in their trailer,
right?
Or at least Stephanie Tanner did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, she's talking about don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Doing them himself.
Yeah.
Nice. But I feel like with a show, if you were to do a hard-hitting episode each and every week, it'd be pretty heavy, right?
It would.
And I feel like with the Fresh Prince, where it was so light and fun and happy, and then they did have hard-hitting episodes. There was that one where Carlton, he's taking stuff to stay awake, and he gets hooked on those kind of drugs. And then there was other ones where somebody was held at gunpoint.
Will Smith got shot.
Yeah.
In one episode. Yeah, and there's that famous one from Saved by the Bell, where one of the cast is doing caffeine pills, hooked on caffeine pills.
Yeah. So if you had, but I guess it could potentially work because we do have dramas, but it just feels like it would be really heavy for a Fresh Prince. It'd be like Mr. Rogers, and then doing it all deep and dark and brooding. I'm oh, okay.
This is the real Mr. Rogers neighborhood.
Yeah. He's got tattoos up and down his sleeves. He's
this neighborhood don't get more real.
And the only way that he gets to the other, the kingdom is by doing drugs. That needs to happen. And they need to have Elijah Wood play Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just throwing
that was oddly specific.
If you had Elijah Wood, because he's already done stuff like Wilfred, right? Mm-hmm. So he's already done weird stuff. You have him play Mr. Rogers-esque character, and then all this trippy stuff that he's seeing on set that he brings to life for kids that they think it's all fun and games. It's actually in real life when he's doing drugs. I don't know. This has got potential.
Does it though?
It does. It totally does.
Okay.
I would watch the hell out of that show.
All right. Hey kids, want to go to the land of make believe?
And then any characters that he sees in the land of make believe while he's high, he brings to life on his television show. In a more friendly, happy, funny kind of a way. But then those two lines start getting blurred.
That would never get made.
It will get made, and I will make
Nobody would want to see that. They don't want to see a dark Mr. Rogers.
I want to see this. I want to see this.
All right. You good luck with that. You go do that.
Thank you.
Let's get to our Revs and Recs. So I saw a film the other day called Let Him Go. This film, let's see, let me pull up the cast really quick so make sure to get everybody. So it stars, the two main stars are Kevin Costner and Diane Lane. They play George and Margaret Blackledge. It also stars Leslie Manville, Jeffrey Donovan, a bunch of other people that you've probably never heard of. I've never heard of them. Anyway, so here's the premise. So this takes place back in the early 60s. And there's a family that they're kind of ranchers. And they train horses. And it's the two parents. They have their son and the son's wife is living with them. The wife also has a child, a newborn baby. Well, one day what happens, I was going to say spoilers, but I think they talk about this in the trailer, so I'm not going to worry about it. The son accidentally gets thrown from a horse, breaks his neck, and dies. So what happens then is the former daughter-in-law of this couple ends up marrying this other guy who ends up being very abusive to both her and the child.
All right.
So Diane Lane's character, Margaret, decides she's going to go get the child back because the former daughter-in-law and this guy have now moved from where they were, and they've now moved in with his family. So she's gonna go get the kid back. Now, this family almost seems like they should be side characters in like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Really?
Right? Yeah. Like as soon as they're on screen, they might as well be wearing shirts that say "We're the bad guys," because that's how ham-fisted it is. Like when you first see them, they like stare down the characters, or if they come in, it's ominous and dark and.
Oh geez.
Yeah, they talk real slow.
Kind of squint their eyes a little bit.
Yeah. Like okay, yeah, these are the villains. Got it. And that's one of the problems with the movie. It's a little predictable. You kind of know where it's going. But, on the other hand, my bar for films right now is set very low.
Yeah.
As long as we're getting new films out, I'm fine.
Because you can eventually see that, like, where it's going. And the market's picking back up in the film industry.
Yeah. And it's just nice to go again to the movie theater and see a new film, and it's a good time. So, that being said,
now that your bar is lower,
had this movie come out a couple years ago, and I would have gone and saw it, I would have given it maybe
1.5.
Yeah. But out of 5 black eyes,
now you're at 5.
No, I'm at like a 2.
Okay.
It's fine if you wanna go see it. If you wanna go, dare to go traverse the theaters. Which, by the way, every theater I've gone to, I felt perfectly safe.
Yeah, they do a fantastic job cleaning it.
They sterilize everything. There's plexiglass. Everybody's wearing a mask and
pretty
gloves.
hands-free.
Yeah.
You just scan your phone, right?
There's hand sanitizer everywhere. I feel perfectly fine. And I haven't gotten sick, so that's got to tell you something.
Knock on wood. Plastic.
It's plastic. I don't have any wood around here.
Even though your name is last name.
Oh, yeah, that's an old family joke. Knock on ourselves. Knock on wood.
We got all the time the Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. It's actually funny. My mom wanted to go see this, but it's rated R. She doesn't see rated R films.
Yeah.
So she asked me, will you go see it and let me know if it's okay for me to see?
So then this is what you do. You tell your mom, hey, you got to listen to the podcast.
I
to
would.
Get my review.
I would. That's actually a smart idea, but I already told her.
Come on, we need to get 17,000.
I know.
Troy.
I know.
17,000 downloads. That's the goal.
I know. But yeah, so I guess I'm her.
I mean, because you're already going to hell, so
right. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Am I just gonna go more to hell? No.
Well, that's where all the good bands are going to be, anyways, right?
It's true. That's where the good time's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's going to be a party down there.
It's called Highway to Hell and Stairway to Heaven, right?
Exactly.
Stairs.
On the highway, you're driving, having a good time.
Yeah.
With your buddies.
Now we're selling hell. We're like, yeah, this is where you want to go. Come on. Join us in this large and spacious building.
Come on. Join us in hell.
Oh, jeez.
Hop on the hell train.
So I've got it's not necessarily a Rev and Rec, it's more of a For Your Reconsideration.
Should be a song, by the way. Hell Train.
It probably is.
Heavy metal song.
I'm sure there is.
I'm going to look it up real quick.
Hail Train. We need to play this. That's going to be our new theme.
Hell Train.
For the podcast. Revamping. I feel like it would almost be like something by Ozzy Osbourne.
That's Crazy Train.
Potato.
There's a movie back in 1985 called Hell Train.
Okay.
But I don't see a song called Hell Train.
I'm going to watch that this week. I will review that movie for next week.
Hell Train?
Yep.
All right.
But a movie that I did see that I would like to bring up in For Your Reconsideration is 1922. Now, this is based off of a Stephen King book. The cast includes Thomas Jane, who you might recognize from The Mist. He was also in, there's another really popular one that he did.
The Punisher.
The Punisher, yeah, the 2004 Punisher. It also, Molly Parker, Dylan Schmitz. One that you might recognize is Neil McDonald. He's been around the game for a minute. He plays the farmer that's just to the north of him. So this is basically a farmer and his son who plot to kill his wife because his wife inherits 100 acres. So he wants all of the acres for himself, and the wife, she wants to leave him. They're kind of at each other's throats all the time. Pun intended. Yeah.
Got it.
So him and his son plot this murder and execute it, but since it's set back in 1922, you can just say that she ran away and be perfectly fine and get away with murder.
Yeah, she gone. I don't know where she went. Although
we all know Stephen King likes to throw a twist on things, and it gets really dark really quick. And Wilfred James, Thomas Jane, he plays a fantastic character that there are some scenes that it's haunting. Like, it's not even like scary or terrifying at all, but it's just got such a dark tone to it that it kind of is unsettling. He spends a lot of time in solitude because after the murder and after his son kind of goes off the rails because, he was there to help put a bag over his mom's head. So he's dealing with those type of issues. He's left alone in solitude for quite a long time, and he has to get this murder off of his chest, so he writes it down, and he's still being haunted by the past. I thought this movie was, fantastically executed. It definitely didn't feel like it was, almost 2 hours. It went by rather quickly, and it's well worth a watch if you haven't checked it out.
I have not checked it out, so I will watch it.
Out of 5 rats, I'm giving it a 4. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So we got 5 black guys, 5 rats.
Oh, it'll make sense like later on, yeah.
Went down a dark path on this one. You got child abuse, wife killing.
It's got it all. This episode's got it all.
Got it all.
Oreo cookies.
Yep. Train hellbound.
Lots of different potential names for this episode.
Mm-hmm. Let's lighten the mood a little bit.
All right.
Well, actually, maybe not. I also have a for your reconsideration. Now, this is going to be interesting because I think we're pretty divided on this film.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Marwen. I saw this just the other day.
This film came out 2 years ago.
Yep, I just happened to catch it, and I started watching it, and because I remember you saying that you didn't like it much.
No, not at all.
So I thought, oh, I'll give it a shot. I actually enjoyed it.
Really?
I did.
Okay.
Just a quick recap. Welcome to Marwen is about a guy who suffered a severe beating at the hands of some fascist Nazi people who beat him so bad that he has no memories of his past life. Apparently, he used to draw, but he can't express himself that way anymore. So what he does is he tells stories through taking photographs and pictures of these G.I. Joe looking action figures. And he builds this little fictional town called Marwen. And that's kind of the life, that's where he finds solitude and happiness, is living through the life of these characters. So much so that he starts to think that they might be real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have a neighbor that kind of like helps him out.
Yes.
And she's kind of a grounding force for him.
Yeah.
Bringing him back to reality and also having him helping him face his fears.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's why I liked it. And then we can kind of get into it.
Yeah.
I liked it because for me, as someone who does collect action figures and actually does take pictures of them,
mm-hmm.
I get where he's coming from.
Right.
Now, I'm not on that extreme spectrum that he is. I was never almost beaten to death by Nazis.
Yeah.
Yet. I'm still young.
Yeah.
Still time.
There's time.
But it's a way that I can, I don't know, it's almost...
It's an escape.
It is. It's a way to get, like, free therapy almost.
Yeah. See, and I did appreciate that. It was more so the acting that I will say was kind of campy and cheesy.
I will say, to that point, the story is a little muddled.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of patchy. Like, they just threw a few... It's not cohesive. Which, maybe that's the point, because that's how his mind is.
Yeah. It's kind of patchy. As he gets these recollections. Did you like not the Nazis guys, but like the other villain in the story?
The witch?
Yeah.
I didn't get that part. I didn't understand it.
Right?
Yeah, I was trying to piece that together, because she had the little Nazi tattoo on her arm, and it was the same tattoo that one of the Nazi guys had that beat him. But yet, soldier Steve Carell says, oh, you're his addiction, you're his problem, something like that. I don't know. I guess the doll was kind of a manifestation of everything that's
bad in his life?
Yeah, bad in his life.
Mm-hmm.
But he says that he doesn't know where that doll came from.
I did feel like some of the points and some of the things that they had brought up at the very tail end were reminiscent of the Imitation Game, the one that Benedict Cumberbatch was in. Did you see that one?
I did.
Just where it felt a little like, I know it was part of the story, but it should have been more of a overarching full, like throughout the whole entire movie, rather than throwing it in towards the tail end. that aspect. His sexuality comes into play.
Oh, right.
Same with like this guy's character here. He was more of like a cross.
Yeah,
dresser.
you find out that he had a ton, like 200 something pairs of women's shoes, and apparently he likes to wear them.
Yeah.
Apparently not everything. He doesn't dress in all women's clothes, from what I got. But he just likes to wear the shoes.
That just felt a little like, because it didn't come out until like the trial, right?
He had mentioned it.
Okay.
That when Leslie Mann, the neighbor, moves in next door, she's talking to him, and he mentions he has a bunch of shoes, and she's like, "So you have some sort of shoe fetish, foot fetish or something?"
Yeah.
He goes, "No, I just like wearing them." She's like, "Oh, okay, whatever." But what I actually really enjoyed more was the scenes with the toys.
Okay.
With the action figures.
Yeah, where he's
really
actually setting them up. That, like, some of those scenes that he does, like, set up are pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Right?
And I really like the animation. You could tell that it was motion capture that they did with the actors. And, again, as a toy aficionado, I appreciated that.
This is like the next step in Toy Story.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost gave me Small Soldiers vibes.
Yeah.
Which weren't great vibes because that movie sucks.
Right.
But that's kind of...
what I'm like, hold up.
Yeah, it's kind of what it reminded me of. Anyway, if you don't know, the film stars Steve Carell, Leslie Mann, Janelle Monáe, Merritt Wever, Gwendolyn Christie, and a bunch of other people that you've probably never heard of. So...
there were good aspects about it. Like
there were.
Yeah.
There were. But I didn't fully hate it like it seemed you did.
Mm-hmm.
After it was done, I was like, okay, that was fine. Yeah. And apparently it was based on a true story.
See, I don't think I was like quite on the level of hating it, but it was like 1 degree of like degree below.
You didn't.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it.
No.
Yeah. So out of 5 pairs of women's shoes, I'm giving it like...
I think you're probably at a 3.
No.
Really?
I'm at honestly like a 1.5.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I going to watch it again ever? No.
No, yeah.
But it was...
You can appreciate certain aspects about it, right?
It was perfectly fine.
Potentially bring that into your pieces? Would you ever do like sets for them?
I don't know. I'm not that handy.
Yeah.
Like I can't create that. Like I'm no good with like woodwork, and I can't build.
You've seen those photos where they have like action figures that are punching soda cans.
Yes,
right?
I have seen that.
That could be kind of cool.
I could do that. Yeah.
It's not necessarily you're building anything. Like you could even have them like be around the house, like climbing onto a clock tower, or like a grandfather clock,
right,
or anything. I don't know.
I more like I like to take portraits of them and kind of mess with the portraits,
right? Which, going back to when we were talking about that story with the Spider-Man characters, I imagine they're going to be pretty maneuverable and like posable.
They usually are, yeah.
Right? I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well, there you have it.
There you go. But yeah, okay. So one last thing I just want to say about the movie. It was a good idea. It's a good premise. I just think that it was
not executed properly.
Right.
Yeah.
The execution could have been a lot better.
Okay.
And again, like I said, it's a true story, and I went and did a little research on the guy, and it's everything that happens in the film is pretty true to life. What actually happened.
Steve Carell, he's done that with a couple of other ones, right? Foxtrotter.
Yeah, he has.
Some of those movies, like the dude definitely gets into character.
He does.
Yeah.
And he you would think that it would be hard for him to shake off like The Office.
Right.
Because that was such like a career defining moment for him.
Yes.
But he's been able to do it.
Made the transition pretty seamlessly.
Okay. Something else I was gonna say. I can't remember what it is.
About the film or just in general?
Just in general.
Keep looking forward to episode 300.
Yes. And let's talk about that when we turn the mics off. So we just kind of plan.
Yeah.
Kind of what's gonna happen. But yeah, that's 8 weeks away at this point.
Right. Just around the corner.
It's around the corner. So it'll be shortly in 2021. Yeah, and things are a-changing.
Aw, yeah.
That's all we'll say. Okay. So, here's where you can find us. You can listen to all of our episodes at worldwarg.podbean.com. We're also on iTunes, Google Play, CosmicPotatoNetwork.com, or wherever fine podcasts are sold. On social media, we're at Facebook.com/WorldWarGPodcast. You can also find all of our merchandise at shop.spreadshirt.com/WorldWarG. You can also email us anytime,
day or night,
at worldwargpod@gmail.com. You can also call or text us anytime at 801-747-9516. So this has been World War G episode 292. That has been AJ.
That has been Troy.
Stay geeky, my friends, and all aboard the Hell Train.